Hello, not able to hear you, madam.
Okay, to all, we are going to begin the session.
Hello and good evening, everybody. I feel very delighted to welcome you to this series of webinar sessions hosted by SAMT. SAMT usually used to conduct interesting seminar sessions in our colleges, but since we are stuck in such a tragic situation of COVID-19, we have taken an innovative initiation of webinars. SAMT, indeed being the backbone of MLTNs, have organized many successful programs like the quiz competition, which was indeed splendid, an awesome online arts fest Calopsia 2020 Biomipath, and we did have a grand lab week celebration. And to specify, very recent MLT career guidance program. All the initiations were victorious and did blast up with flying colors. Expressing my sincere gratitude on behalf of SAMT to all those who have made those occasions to a grand success. Thank you, everybody. As we all know, we have been thriving with a series of mishappenings like the Karipur plane crash and Idukki Rajmala incidents. Here, we would like to observe 1 minute silence for those who have lost their lives. Okay, thank you. The previous day, we did have the webinar sessions organized by students. Splendid sessions to say. And today, we have very first webinar session by the faculty. Before moving on to the section, I would like to have Ziad for the welcoming.
Thank you, Efrat Azina. Good evening, all. It is my duty to welcome you all to this prestigious occasion. First of all, I would like to welcome Dr. Deepa Ravi ma'am, Assistant Professor of Lisie College of Paramedical Science. And I would also like to welcome my fellow mates and teachers, those who are watching through YouTube also. As we all know, SAMT has been achieved many impossible things. SAMT has been organizing plenty of programs and which gain students, the memories and also knowledge. In this pandemic, I believe that SAMT has been achieved the impossible, and of course, it is the support of the students. There's no doubt about that. Guys, you are the support which made us succeed everything that we went through, everything we've done. And I would like to use this opportunity to thank each and every one of the students for their support and love. Keep supporting us till the end. And also be strong, be safe. Once again, I welcome you all to this webinar session. Thank you.
Thank you. It was indeed a warm welcome. And next, I would like to turn over to Nawaz Sharif, SAMT President, for addressing the gathering.
Good evening to all. With a great pleasure, SAMT organizing a webinar sessions on behalf of all students. We have great honor and feel immense pleasure to organize this live sessions for our students for upcoming generation. We hope that these sessions will clearly nurture you or enriches your studies and to uplift the profession. At the beginning of this, we aim that we have to uplift the profession. Moreover, our culture, and we want to stand a biggest team in the society. I hope that we did as much as we can. Anyway, I request all my dear friends and colleagues utilize these all sessions for the upcoming time of our study. And I conclude that. Thank you.
Thank you. On a glance about our session, we are delighted to have Dr. Deepa Ravi, Assistant Professor of Lisie College of Allied Health Sciences. She have completed her BSc MLT in University of Calicut in 2005 and MSc MLT Cytology and Cytogenetics from University of Calicut in 2007, and she have completed her PhD in Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute of Medical Sciences and Technology, Trivandrum. And here we are extremely delighted to have her topic, that is how to write and publish a research topic. Without further ado, I heartily turn over to ma'am for her awaited session. Ma'am, please.
Hello, everyone. On the onset itself, I would like to congratulate the SAMT, the Vibrant Student Association of Medical Laboratory Technologists, Mr. Nawaz Sharif, the President, Mr. Zaif, all the executive members, Irfa, everyone, the faculty advisor, Mr. Nidin sir, who contacted me, Jidu sir, Dr. Shabir sir, everyone who everyone who is guiding these students. And I want to congratulate these students who have taken this initiative and organized the webinar in a wonderful manner. So congrats. I also take this opportunity to wish you the very best in all your ventures in the future. So our topic is about today we will be seeing about how to write and publish a research paper. So the outline of this talk will be about why you should publish, how you can select a good journal, what is peer review process, how you will write the outline of a research paper, how you will write the title, the abstract, the introduction part, the materials and method part, the result, the discussion, the conclusion, and what you should not do while writing a scientific paper. You should not do any scientific misconduct, and what are the publication ethics. We will see one by one. First, we will see why you should publish. In an ideal situation, ideally, if you have a new idea, a new finding, an analyzed data, a fabrication process, any novel technique, any new finding that you want to share and improve the knowledge base. You want to tell the world that you have found out something and you want to contribute to the society, then that is the ideal situation why you should publish. You may be the best laboratory technician in the world. You may be the best scientist, but if it is not written or if it is not communicated, it does not exist. But a publication can give you many practical aspects, many practical importance to you. For example, if you are looking for a funding at ICMR or CSIR, if you have a publication, like if then you have more probability of getting the funding. It can help you in your career advancement. Then in some institutes, like the Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute, you need to have a publication to get a PhD degree. Publications are mandatory for your PhD degree, getting a PhD degree in some universities. Okay, it will also give you a lot of satisfaction, and it will have, you will have some recognition, because for example, if you are going for a PhD interview, and if you have a publication out of your BSc MLT thesis, your project, then definitely you will have an edge over your competitors. So definitely publication can give you a lot of advantages, but monetary benefit or recognition should not be your primary aim. Why you should publish is to share idea, to share some new idea, now new data, any process, novel technique. It need not be a Nobel Prize winning or high funda thing. It can be something new, something you feel is good to share with your friends, so that everybody can read, and it will contribute to the society and improve the knowledge base. That is why you should publish. Now, the fourth year BSc MLT students and those who have already passed out, they may already have a write-up, the thing that you have done for your project work. So you will be wondering what to do, where to go for publication. See, this is the top 5 publishers: Elsevier, Springer, Taylor and Francis, Wiley and Sons, Sage. These are just 5. I have given only 5. There are more than 600 publishers, and each of these publishers have more than 200 to 2000 journals under them. So if you are taking Elsevier, it has around 2000 journals under them. So you can do the maths. 600 into 2000. You have so many options, so many journals where you can give your work to. Suppose you have taken Elsevier, you have selected Elsevier publishers, and this is the Elsevier site. Every authentic journal has a journal finder or a pathfinder to help young authors like you to select the journal. So this is the journal finder. This is the Elsevier site. You can see the logo. The Elsevier logo is a tree, the sign of wisdom. If you are going to the Springer site, then the logo will be a horse. And there it is called, the pathfinder is called journal suggester. In Wiley, it is called beta journal. Every authentic publishers have a journal finder to help you select journals so that you can submit your manuscript or paper to the journal. So this is the journal finder. Now, what you need to do is you have to cut and paste the title of your paper and the abstract of your paper here. You can also give the relevant keywords here. And if you want to like search your, if you want to narrow down your field of search, you can give that also. Now, or you can leave it blank here also. So for example, let's see, this is just an example. Suppose you have written a paper on COVID-19, then your title of the paper will be Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome Associated Coronavirus 2. That is the title, and this is the abstract. You just copy paste and just give find journals. Let's see what happens. So this is what I got. See, the journal has more than 50. So the Elsevier publisher has more than 50 journals that match my criteria. So there is Journal of Virological Methods, Lancet is coming, Antiviral Research. So it is very transparent, and they have given you the site score. Site score is nothing but the yearly average number of citations the journal is having. Then citation is the quoting the article as a reference. Suppose you have written you have a publication, and if someone else from America or another part of the world is taking your article as the reference for their work, then you get a citation, and the journal will get a cite score. Next, this is the impact factor. Impact factor 1.7 is having Journal of Virological Methods. It means that it means the importance of that journal, the significance, the impact of that journal that is having on the society. Higher impact factor journal means more visibility for your work. This is the acceptance rate. You have 42% acceptance rate for Journal of Virological Method. It means that the chance of getting your manuscript published in Journal of Virological Method is 42%. Then they will give you the time to decide, time for publication. Everything is given. So if you are in the fag end of your PhD and you don't have a publication and your guide is angry, you can go for a journal that have high acceptance rate but taking low time for publication. You can leave the impact factor. But people like you who are young, who don't have any pressure, you can go for high impact factor and check what is happening. You can give your work there. So like that, you have to zero down, select a particular journal. After you have selected the journal, you go to that journal site and read everything, the scope, the aim of the journal. You can even read the different articles that is there given in the journal. Then, am I audible to all? Am I audible? Am I clear? Excuse me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. All right. So once you have selected the journal, you should not forget to read the instructions to author. All the journal will give clear-cut instructions to author how to publish. There they will give the word limit, how many pages you have, how many figures you can give. Everything will be given in the instruction to author instruction. And also some journal will give a template, but usually most of the journal will have online submission. You can submit it online. It will just take 30 minutes, not more than that. Everything will be there. So once you have submitted, let's see what happens. There will be a peer review process. Once you have submitted the manuscript, every journal will have an editorial board. The editorial board will consist of an editor and a lot of other experts, scientists, assistant profs, teachers. Everybody will be there in the editorial board, and they will do an editorial review of your paper. And then they will select 3 or more reviewers for your paper, and they will send your paper to 3 or more expert reviewers, independent 3 expert reviewers. The expert reviewers will critically analyze your paper for the scientific content, the work you have done, and they will start giving out comments, where you have gone, what are the mistakes in the paper. And they will critically evaluate it, and they will get back to the editorial board with the comments. And depending upon the comment of the reviewers, the editorial board will make decisions. They will give you 3 decisions. First one is, your paper will be accepted. See, this rarely happens in the first chance. Okay, if your paper is accepted in Nature or any journals in the first chance, it means you are a very genius person. You are very lucky. Then the next option is, it will be revision. You will be asked to do revision. It might be a minor revision or a major revision. In minor revision, they will ask you to do some grammatical correction. They will be wondering about a figure. They may want to have clarity about your results, something like that. In major revision, they may ask you to redo an experiment. They may not be happy with the result, entire result. They may ask you to redo the experiment. They will, of course, give you 3 months. If it is a major revision, they will give you adequate time, 1 month, 3 months, depending upon the journal. So you have to make all the corrections that is suggested by the reviewers, and within that time frame you have to revert back to the editor, or you can resubmit it after doing all the corrections. It is called rebuttal. You have to answer everything that the reviewer is telling you, and then you have to make the resubmission. Usually after revision, if you have done it satisfactorily and if the journal is convinced, the editorial board is convinced, they will usually accept your journal, your manuscript in that journal. Okay. And the third one is rejection. Rarely, sometimes after revision also you may get rejected, and sometimes in the third, sometimes initially itself you will be rejected. But if it is rejected, they will definitely give you comments why your paper was rejected. They will give you a lot of improvement, lot of comments what you should do, what was wrong with the paper. So if you are rejected is a part of part and parcel of life. You shouldn't be dejected. Again, you have to rework your paper. You have to correct all the corrections and give it to lesser journals. See, I have told you there are so many different options. So a lot of journals are there. If one journal is not taking your paper, you will submit it to another journal. Finally, it will be accepted. You have to do this till it is accepted. And before it is coming on live, you will be given a preview of the manuscript. After they have accepted, once again they will give you a preview proof. And here again you can check for some errors, corrections, some minor errors only, grammatical errors. Now you cannot say, oh, my experiment is wrong, I have to redo the main experiment. That is not possible. Again, it will be rejected. So initially itself, in the beginning itself, you have to correct everything and then only submit. So after the preview, when you have approved, after your approval, the journal will publish your manuscript and it will be published. So it is a long journey. So in a credible journal, the journey is tough. You will be subjected to peer review. Peer review ensures that your paper is of a high standard. Your experts will review your paper for your scientific, academic, and professional work, and they will increase the standard of your paper. And you will be subjected to revision. They will ask you irritating questions. Sometimes you will be rejected unceremoniously. So you have lot of hurdles, but you will jump, and in the end you will get it published. So you will have lot of trouble. You will work hard, but in the end your paper will be accepted. But you have to be beware of predatory journals. Do you know what is a predatory journal? You might be knowing. Predatory journals are academic journals that charges hefty amount. They will charge you 500 so many rupees for getting your paper published. But the sad thing is that they don't do the peer review. They will just accept your paper. Whatever crap you write, they will accept it. So there won't be any academic standards. And the saddest part is that they may not be indexed. It will not be indexed. Okay. See, the Elsevier, the publishers, the authentic publishers, all their journals will be indexed by various indexing agencies. You might have heard PubMed, Google Scholar, Scopus, Cirrus, Medline, Embase. These all are indexing agencies. They are database, Web of Science, Reuters. So your paper should come in these database. Then only another person can read your paper. Ultimately, what is your aim? You want your publication to reach everybody. So then only you will get your paper will be referred. You will get site score. Then only you will progress. Also, you want your knowledge to disseminate to the world. But if you're giving to a predatory journal, they won't even be having an ISSN number. ISSN number means international. Every journal have an ISSN number, but a predatory journal may have a fake ISSN number. Your journal, your paper will not get a DOI number. DOI number, every paper, published paper should have a DOI number. But if you are submitting to predatory journal, you will be charged a lot, but nothing good is happening. You won't get its value. There is no value in publishing in such journal. So to beat the menace of such predatory journal, the UGC have come up with a UGC care list. Care list, Consortium of Academic Research and Ethics. So it is a growing list. It is recently introduced only. It is for students like you. You shouldn't get cheated. You are doing a lot of work. Your thesis work is there, and you are giving to some predatory journal who is charging you, and you are not getting the value, means you are being cheated. So you should be careful. So if you have selected a journal, check where it is being indexed. Is the journal authentic? Then only give your work. Okay. Next, is, so you have written your paper. If you have to restructure your paper into an academic or research article. So this is I have taken from Elsevier. Okay. All the journals, basically the structure is more or less like this only. Every research paper or manuscript should have a title, an abstract, keywords. Okay, these words in the abstract, title, and keywords makes it easier for the journal in indexing and searching. So your title, everything should be informative, attractive, effective. Then comes the body of your manuscript. It has introduction, materials and method, result, discussion, and conclusion. Then comes acknowledgement, reference, then supplementary data or appendix. So let's see one by one how you should write everything. The first one is the title. Okay. Title word, you should have the keywords. You should take out the keywords from your research or study and link it and give a beautiful title. You should remember that there should not be any abbreviation in the title. You should also avoid words like experiment, study, analysis in the title, because already people know you, without doing any experiment, you cannot come up with a research word. You are wasting the word. And also your title shouldn't be very long. It should be short, catchy, but it shouldn't be too short also, between 10 to 15 words. And it should be self-explanatory. That is, a reader, when they read the title, they should be able to understand what the research is about. That is about the title. Next is the abstract. This also is very crucial because nowadays we are using reference management software. So along with the title, for referencing, this abstract also comes. So it is visible to the reader along with the title. So it is so what you have to do is you have to extract the most important points from your research paper, the research problem, methodology, result, conclusion, and you have to summarize them and give it in 200 to 300 words. So the actually abstract is a sample of your research. It is the concise or briefed version of your research paper. You can have both structured and unstructured abstract. In structured abstract, there will be heading, introduction. What is the introduction in one line you will write? There will be a lot of subheadings, materials and method, then result and conclusion. That is a structured abstract. You are writing the abstract under heading. In unstructured, this is what most of the journal follows. In unstructured abstract, there will be just a para of around 250 to 200 words where you will concise your research paper. This is about abstract. Now we will see how you have to write your introduction. So in introduction, you are telling the audience about your research work. You have to start, you are introducing the audience to your work. So you can start with the background statement, general background. What is the background? Then you have to explain the significance of your study, why it is important, why is your study important, the context of your work. Okay, then you have to go to the research problem that you have investigated. So introduction is actually the research problem that you have investigated. What is a research problem? It is a research question that needs an answer or an issue that needs a solution that you have investigated upon. That is your research problem. So you have to introduce your research problem at the introduction part itself. And then finally, you have to narrow down to specific objectives and hypotheses. Okay. So if you see, your introduction should be like an inverted pyramid. You should do an inverted pyramid approach. That is the base. Generally, you will start with a background, a broad base. Start with a broad base where everyone will understand what you're talking about. And then you come to the approach, and finally it will narrow down to specific objective and hypothesis. Also in introduction, you can even give the core main reference, just one reference. Don't give all the reference, that you can give in the discussion part. Just the core main reference that your study is based on, that also you can give in the introduction. So your introduction should generate interest in the reader, and you should introduce your topic to the audience in a and create a good impression in the introduction part itself. Next is the materials and method. So introduction is your research problem. Materials and method is where you will explain how the experiment was done, how you got the data. That is where that is materials and methods. So here you can describe about the experiment design, the apparatus you have used, the methods, the analytic method you have used. If you have used any complicated machine, you have to give all the details of the machine. If it is very long data machine details is there, you have to give it in the supplementary part or the appendix section. You can stuff everything. Or if you have not used the complicated computer software and its code is there, it's a long thing, you can stuff. You have to give enough information in the materials and method part, and the details you have to give. If it is a new thing, you have to give it in the supplementary part, and it should be referred in the supplementary part as well as here. The idea is that another researcher should be able to replicate your experiment without consulting you. If another person from another part of the world, in America or somewhere, they should be able to replicate your experiment and check in their lab. That is the idea behind materials and methods. So you should give enough information regarding your materials and method in your research paper. Okay. Next is the result part. Here you have to present the summarized data. Okay. Sure. So don't give any raw data here. Okay. Don't give any raw data because you will have lot of observation and nobody will understand the raw data if you're giving it. What you will do, you have to analyze the raw data and then present it in the form of a graph, tables, charts. See, you make use of the Excel sheet. There are so many options. Pie chart is there, histogram is there, bar diagram. Whatever is suitable for you, you have to present it in a chart or data form, so that a person who just looks at your result will understand which group is having significance, which group did better. And also it should be numbered, and the number should be discussed in the discussion part. You shouldn't have any orphan graph in the result part that is not discussed. You are just leaving it as result. You shouldn't have that. Every graph, every chart you are mentioning in the result part should be numbered, and it should be discussed in the discussion part. Okay, here you don't have to interpret the result. You don't have to discuss it here, your result. Just give the observation, just give the result what it is. So this is your core finding of the study. Next is the discussion part. In discussion part, you have to interpret your data, what it is. Bring your review of literature. Bring in you can show your expertise here. How your data differed from a previous reference, a previous study that has been done. How your data differed from what you expected. You have to stay neutral in your discussion. Do not say your result is high. What you have to do in the discussion part is you have to critically evaluate your data, and you have to even sometimes you may have poor results. You may have a very good research problem. Your idea will be novel, and you have a super idea. Your material and method thing also will be okay, but your result may have gone messy. It may be bad. But a very good discussion, you can bring in previous studies. A very good discussion can still hold your paper together good. Okay, you will have a good paper if you discuss it very well. You can tell the correlation with the variables. What is the confidence of your experiment? Why the poor data? Why your poor results? What was the reason for the mistakes? You can even tell the mistakes. Okay. See, very few experiments are 100% correct in their design and conceptualization. But you got a result. You know its significance, and it's your duty to explain the significance to the audience. So that is the purpose of discussion. Okay. See, there is no right and wrong in science. Only progress is there. Sometimes someone else will read your discussion part, and they will get new ideas, and they will start off from where you left off. So that is how the science grows. That is how we all progress. So in discussion part, you have to be neutral, and you have to discuss your results. You have to explain its significance, and also you have to discuss the further plan, in the future idea, what future direction, what you will do. All this you can discuss in your discussion section. So next is the conclusion. Here you have to summarize what your data actually mean? That is, you have to find logical inference, logical conclusion from the result. Don't bring in new idea here. Also, your conclusion should restate your research problem and the purpose that you have mentioned in the introduction part. So in the intro part, your conclusion should relate back to the problem question or the research question that you have mentioned in the intro part. Okay, you can. So reader by any audience, if they if they read the intro part and the conclusion part, he should be able to understand what you have investigated and discovered without going into details of the result and the discussion. Okay, so conclusion and introduction you have to construct in such a way that it should be very clear what was the research problem and how you dealt with it. What was the summary? Next is acknowledgement. See, it is always polite to thank everyone who helped you. Give credit to people who have helped you. If you have a fellowship, if you have a stipend, MSc or BSc stipend, you can mention that. And also you have to mention, that is in another section, conflict of interest. See, suppose you are doing a research on a drug or a product, and you have found out that it is a very good product. You have got very good result. It performs better than all other drugs in the market. But suppose if you are the owner of the company, if you are involved in producing that drug, okay, then you have a conflict of interest. You have to mention, disclose it. That is the conflict of interest. So if you have any conflict of interest, you have to disclose it. Usually as students, you may not have any conflict of interest, so you can write there is no conflict of interest. Next is the reference part. Here you can include all the relevant reference. Don't bring in old, outdated reference. If it is a research paper, you can have around 25 to 35 reference, not too much reference. If it is a review paper, you have reviewed a lot of papers, and if you are writing a review article, you can have around 60 reference, more reference. If it is a thesis, around 200 to 300. But too many reference shows lack of clarity. You don't have focus. Just only main reference. Bring in only the reference, the relevant reference. Okay. Also, you can use reference management software. So many are there. I am using Mendeley. It is very easy. It is free also. You can download it. You can download Mendeley and start playing with it and study. Initially, it will be difficult, but after you use it, it is very easy. In my PhD days, I used to work with EndNote. EndNote is more easier, but it is paid version only. You have to pay, but that is not required. Even Mendeley is okay, but start using management software. It saves lot of time. There are so many referencing style, Vancouver, Harvard. You don't have to bother about everything. If you have a referencing software, you can use that. Next is the supplementary data. Here, you can include the raw data if you have extra material that the journal does not allow to publish due to constraints, space constraint. You can include all that here. So all the relevant data that cannot be included in your manuscript can be stuffed in the supplementary data part. So, but again, it should be numbered and it should be referred to the main report, main manuscript. You cannot have any orphan data here. Everything should be numbered and it should be referred to the main manuscript. So if you have lot of photographs, micrograms, but you cannot include everything. You have beautiful pictures that you cannot include in the manuscript. You can include it in the appendix or supplementary data part. So a good paper should have some novel, clear, useful, exciting message. It should be well constructed. It should be logically presented. And the reviewer or whoever is reading should be able to grasp the scientific content and the significance of your data, what you are explaining. It should be, you shouldn't use any sophisticated or flowery words. It is not literature. You need to use only plain English so that it is understandable to everyone. So this is generally how you can write, how you can structure your article. Now, more important thing is what you should not do while writing a paper or doing research. So you should not get messed up or involved in scientific misconduct. What is scientific misconduct? Any intentional fabrication, falsification, or plagiarism in proposing, performing, reviewing, or in reporting research results is called scientific misconduct. So fabrication, that is, fabrication means you are making up results, recording, reporting. It is also known as dry labbing. Suppose you have to do, your sample size is 200. You have to run 200. You have to process and record 200 samples. You need to have 200 observations for your data to have significance. You did 20 samples. You did correctly 20 samples, and you have the result. And you look at the pattern and you see that the reading is 0.7, 0.9, everything. You know the pattern. So what you will do, you are too lazy to run the other 180 samples. You will cook up data. That is very serious scientific misconduct. You will just write down, because you will write down some value. Here you are not actually doing the experiment, but because you are thinking nobody will look, nobody will find out, you are cooking up data. That is called fabrication. It is a very serious scientific misconduct. Next is falsification. That is, falsification means you are manipulating the research material, equipment, processing, even changing a data, omitting a data or result that will affect the accuracy of your result is scientific misconduct. That is falsification. For example, if you have 10 readings, you need to have a linear plot. Maybe it is your standard. You have 10 readings. 5 of the reading is on the plot, on the straight line, slanting straight line. The other 5 is outside the straight line. If what you will do, you will omit the other 5. That is a form of falsification. Or what you will do, you will change 0.5 to 0.7 so that it will lay on the straight line. That all thing is falsification. You are misrepresenting the data. That is a serious scientific misconduct. Maybe the other 5 that was outside the slanting linear plot was the correct thing. You have to find out why it came like that and redo it. That is the correct way. Next is plagiarism. That is, you are doing an academic test. Okay, you are taking someone else's work. That is, you are cut and copy, copying paste. That is, suppose you want to write a discussion. You have done your experiment, everything. You are in the discussion part, you are not sure. What you will do, you will check other data and you found a beautiful paragraph that exactly almost similar to your research. If you cut and paste their data, their discussion into your paper, that is plagiarism. That is using other people's work without properly acknowledging their contribution. That is a form, that is plagiarism. Plagiarism also you should not do. Next is faulty data gathering. If you are using uncalibrated machine, not following the protocol, if you are untrained in sample collection and running the test, then all will give faulty results. And you know it. If it is, you know it is not right. If you are turning a blind eye to it, then it is intentional. You know it and you are not doing it correctly. So that is also a form of scientific misconduct. Next is misleading authorship. That is, people taking credit without actually not contributing anything to the research. Nothing they will be doing, but when paper comes out, they will be the first author. That is also not right. It's called guest authorship or gift author. That is, they have not done anything, but authorship is given to them. That is also not right. The reverse is also there. It is called ghost authorship. That is, they remain a ghost. Suppose ghost. That is, suppose your junior is doing all the work. Maybe even it is his idea. The research paper is his idea. He will be running around doing everything. But when the paper comes out, his name is not there. That and all is, you are not giving due credit to the actual authors. So that is misleading authorship. So that is against publication ethics. So who should be authors? According to National Academy of Science, authors should satisfy 3 criteria. And what are the criteria? The first one is they should have made substantial contribution in concept design, data collection, data analysis, interpretation of data. The author should have collected the data, or they should have done substantial contribution in collecting data, analyzing the result, interpreting the result. All these things, some substantial contribution in the research design they should have made. Next is they should have drafted, revised, and finally approved the submitted version of the manuscript. Before submitting to the journal, all the authors should approve the final version. Then only you submit to the journal. And the third is accountability. That is, an author should be accountable or answerable to the integrity and accuracy of the paper. Every result they should be knowing. Suppose the editor asks what is wrong, some error has cropped up, and the editor is asking the author, what is this? You cannot say, I did not do, your junior did, I am not sure. That is not right. For all the results, you are answerable. If you are the author, you should know why the result happened, what is it, everything. That is called accountability. You should owe what it is. So all these criteria you should satisfy. Then only you can have, you can give authorship. So you have to avoid scientific misconduct during research. To avoid scientific misconduct, I will give you some tips. Okay. That is, before conducting any research experiment, you have to develop a clear-cut plan. You have to give attention to every detail. You should have a clear-cut research plan and proposal. Also, not only academic section, the other section also you should be careful. That is, agree on the authorship. Explain who will do what, when it will be done, how it will be done. You can involve your friend also, but tell him, you do the RT-PCR part, I will be writing the paper, I will be controlling it, I will be the first author, you can be the second author. Also, you help, your friend can help you also. It will be mutually beneficial. Have an agreement, okay, and agree on the authorship in the beginning itself, and have a research proposal ready. Write it down clearly. Then it will become more. It will have more clarity. The more you write, the more you spend time with your research work, the more beautiful it will come out. Then, if you are using human sample or animal sample, get the ethical approval, ethical clearance. Then only start the research. So submit the protocol for ethical review. Your ethical paper should everything, informed consent, everything should be in order. Then only start doing the research. Okay. Because if somebody come up and scratches you, you will be in trouble. So get the ethical clearance done and then start the research. The next is communicate with your guide. Whoever is your teacher, you tell him what you are doing. Keep him informed, because they will be able to help you a lot. During my PhD days, my guide had helped me a lot. I had lot of benefit whenever I discussed my things with my guide. So keep your teachers informed what you are doing. This is before doing the research. Have a plan, inform your guide, agree on the authorship, submit ethical review papers. Submit to you will have hospital ethical review committee. Submit the paper and get it ready. Then during the research, stick to the protocol. You may have a research plan. You stick to that. You may be tempted to try out something new. You may get new ideas. You first finish your research plan, then go for that. Because you have already committed on a research plan, you stick to the protocol. Then give consent. Involve the community. Protect yourself and your team members, all the participants, from misconduct. If you know somebody is cooking up data, or your friend is doing plagiarism, tell him, inform him this is not right. Confront him, because perhaps he himself may not be knowing what he is doing is wrong. So tell him and protect everyone from the team. Tell them that you are going to bring shame upon the entire team. Third is, and that is the most important thing, while doing the research, check your data, your results. Check your results regularly. Stay alert. You have responsibility. Your research result is the backbone. You are answerable to that. You should be confident about your results. the numerical result you are getting, you should be confident. If you have any doubt, if you are not sure about the result, redo it, repeat the experiment and get that thing right. Analyze the data. You be very alert and careful and have the result, have a pakka correct result. Then only we can write, then only we can confidently write a paper and give it to the journal. So these are the things you should be careful while doing the research. And after doing the research, you have to share your study with your group, because they may give you a lot of inputs. Share the study with your team members, your friends. Also, you also give input to your friends' study also. So it will be mutually benefited. Share your study with your friend, your guide, and also give back something to the community. You are taking urine sample from the patient. Be passionate about your research. You should be determined to come up with something new. You should have that internal passion. Then only you will move forward. So always have that drive. That drive to give back something to the community through your research. Then publish according to your ethics. You should have publication ethics. Also you can use reference manager, because it will save lot of time. The thing you take 2-3 hours can be done in 5 minutes using a reference manager. So the next is you have to select the appropriate indexed journal, appropriate best journal for your paper. You start writing. That will take lot of time. Write, revise, again edit, do lot of revision, and then finally get your paper published. You have to publish. You have lot of time. There is no pressure, but start writing. Try playing around with all the journals. Check the best journal you want and get it published. So that is all about how you can. This is just a summary, and thank you. That is it. Hello.
Yes, madam.
Okay, that is the end. So if you have any questions, you can ask. If you want me to repeat something, if you are not clear, if I was not clear, or if you have any doubt, you can ask, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Now we would like to move on to the discussing session. Any queries, please?
Yeah, hi. Good evening, ma'am. This is Arun Kumar. Am I audible? Yeah.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you. Actually, can you give a little insight about the reference manager you were saying, the reference manager part?
Yeah.
And
Manley
the
is there,
free
Manley.
accessible. Okay,
That is
Manley.
Manley, sir. Manley is freely accessible. It belongs to Elsevier. We can download it, and I use that because it is free. The Manley, I use Manley. EndNote is better. Hello, sir.
Okay. Yeah, hearing, ma'am.
I use Manley because it is free. In my PhD days, I used to play. EndNote is more nice. There is Zoroto also. Zoroto is the current one. Some are saying that is better, but I use Manley. I know Manley only. I use the reference author Manley, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening. Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, could you explain other type of research papers than the journal papers other than the research paper?
Sir, can you pardon? I cannot hear you. The question once more.
Ma'am,
yeah.
Could you mention other type of journal papers than the research paper?
Other journals. Other than the, yeah, there are, you can,
no, and the
other journals, if you have not written just an article you want to publish.
no, actually, mention the type of purpose other than the research paper. I mean, a review paper or something like that. For the
Yeah,
information of
review
the
paper,
student.
you can, yeah, review
Yeah.
paper is there. Then you can write, you know, case study, case series. If you have found out some interesting cases or something different, something different that you want the world to know, that you can construct into a paper.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am. Any other queries, please?
Class.
Hello, Dr. Deepa Ravi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
You,
Yes, sir.
you presented very nicely. Actually, I have attended more than 5 seminars related with the write and publishing the research articles. But you presented just like you are teaching a LKG, UKG student. Actually, it's a very narrative one which you have done very nicely. It's easy to understand even to the first year BSc MLT students also there. It's a very nice presentation. I have to appreciate your effort to make it more effective also there. And one more also there I want to add, presently, hello?
Hello, sir. I can hear you, sir.
Presently, rather than Mendeley, most of the people for searching Medline and Medline search is also more effective. Actually, presently, we are using mostly Medline searches are there, easy way, but with the keywords also there. I think you have attended some seminars in the Kohas by Medline searching is recently for the last 4 or 5 years, the people are using Medline search. By keyword, what is the keyword which on the our Medline search is more effective to find out the our related research articles. It's very nice, very nice. I appreciate Deepa. Very nice, very. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So I hope the discussing session is over by now. Thank you, everybody. Now we have the open forum. So anybody who could ask the questions regarding the same could now just glance upon it.
Hi, Navas. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I'm Manish, 93 batch BSc MLT alumni from Toronto Medical College. At the outset, I would like to thank SAMT for organizing this wonderful series of webinars. Actually, they are utilizing the opportunity in these difficult times of COVID. It is very beneficial to not only the students, some technologists and faculties like me, and into the current session of webinar, I should say this was a high voltage one. You have wonderfully done, Dr. Deepa. We enjoyed, and my suggestion is, on behalf of SAMT, you have to organize this paper writing, publishing, etc. As a workshop, not a single webinar. It deserves a 2-day workshop. SAMT, I hope SAMT will take up the issue, take the matter, and hope it will organize this workshop for the base MLT budding technologists. It will help them to advance more in their academics, and it will definitely good to the whole MLT fraternity. Thank you once again. I congratulate Dr. Deepa and the whole SAMT team for this wonderful webinar series. I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. It was indeed very motivating and inspirative. So I hope it's crystal clear with the session. Great, thank you. Now we do have the vote of thanks by Afif.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, it's audible.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. And yeah, Fifth K, Vice President of SAM. My role is to give a vote of thanks to you. And first thing I have to say to everyone that I'm very honored and I'm very happy to see such a wonderful webinar by Ms. Deepa Ravi, Madam. And what I say, I want to say, everyone, thank you, madam. Thank you, madam, for giving such a wonderful class regarding the research paper. I never get an opportunity to do like this topic. I never get an opportunity to have a class about this topic. Usually, there are some common topics on, common topics on our syllabuses. But this was a wonderful topic. And thank you, madam, for giving such a wonderful class. And I thank you, everyone. I thank you, every SAMT members for participating this webinar series. And I hope you all enjoyed this. And I'd like to thank everyone. I mean, there are a lot of senior technologists and senior, what do you say, Mr. Anush, I mean, no. Thank you for everyone for participating in this program. And thank you for spending your time here. That's all.
Thank you. So that's it. Thereby concluding, on behalf of SAMT, I appreciate everybody joined today. So we will continue with the students webinar session tomorrow sharp at 7:30 p.m. Stay tuned. This is Ifrat Hazina from Al-Shifa College of Paramedical Sciences. Thank you.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you.